check this out. This is a fully automated comment responder in action that works for both Facebook and Instagram and allows you to collect contact information, give away lead magnets, and boost engagement on your posts without lifting a finger. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can build this system for yourself and your clients to automatically send someone a DM when they comment on one of your Facebook or Instagram posts. And we're going to do it using a software called HighLevel. We'll create a chat funnel from scratch that allows you to generate more leads from Facebook and Instagram on autopilot without telling them to click the link in bio. I'll walk you through everything you need to know, from how to connect your Facebook and Instagram accounts to HighLevel, all the way to building out this workflow inside of your account. If you stick with me till the end of this video, I'll even show you how you can get this workflow for free so that you don't have to build out the entire thing yourself. And if you don't yet have a HighLevel account, don't worry. I've got an affiliate link below this video that will give you a 30-day free trial of the software to try out absolutely risk-free instead of the standard 14-day free trial, so you can try it out and see if it's a good fit for your business. When you sign up with that link, you'll get over $8,000 worth of free resources, including courses, websites, funnels, direct access to me, weekly coaching calls, and so much more. But more on that later. For now, let's get right into today's material. And before we actually build out the workflow inside of HighLevel, I just want to show you what the typical Facebook and Instagram lead funnel looks like and why this sort of breaks down, and then what the new chat funnel looks like and why this is a superior funnel to this typical Facebook and Instagram lead funnel. So with this typical funnel, we've got your Facebook and Instagram traffic that's already seen your posts. And then what happens in the typical funnel is you tell people to click the link in bio. And what this requires them to do is click out of the post, visit your profile, click the link in your bio, and then go visit an external site. And you could have a landing page set up, you could have a social page set up. Wherever you're sending them to, it's an external site out of Facebook or out of Instagram. And because you're sending someone outside of the platform that they're already on, this doesn't have a very high click-through rate. And so let's just say 20% of the people actually take these steps and visit your landing page. Then we have the lead magnet that you've got on your landing page. And so you're probably having them fill out a form so that you can collect their contact information. And so let's just say that 5% of the people who actually clicked through to the landing page then went ahead and found the form, filled out the form, gave you their contact information, and got the lead magnet that you're selling. If this is how you're going about getting lead magnets to people through your Facebook and Instagram posts, then let's just say you have 1,000 people who see your post, and you've got 20% that click the link in your bio. So then you've got 200 people, and then 5% of those people actually convert and get the lead magnet or get what you're selling. And so now you've got 10 people from the 1,000 people who saw your post that actually got your lead magnet or bought what you're selling. And this is the way that so many people have this funnel set up. But the problem is that Instagram and Facebook want to keep people on their platforms. They don't like when you send people to an external site, because the way that they make money is by showing people ads through their platform. So if you send people to an external site and they have to leave Facebook or Instagram, then they can't show them ads, so they're not making as much money. So if we can set up a funnel where you still collect the contact information and get people the lead magnet that they want, but you don't have to send them to an external site, and it can all be done within either Facebook or Instagram, then Facebook and Instagram are going to like this, because you're keeping people on the platform, which means Facebook and Instagram can continue to show them ads. It's a better user experience for the viewer because they don't have to leave to an external site, and you're still collecting the contact information and getting your lead magnet or selling your offer to the user. So that's what we're going to set up in this video, and this is what that looks like. So with a Facebook and Instagram chat funnel, you still have the Facebook and Instagram traffic coming in, but then you just start a DM conversation with them and then get them the lead magnet through that conversation. So with this traffic, you just tell them to leave a comment on the post, and it gets a conversation started with them automatically, And way more people are likely to do this because they don't have to go to your profile, click a link, and leave the platform. So if we have 50% of people that leave a comment because it's easier, and then we ask them to provide us with some information in order to get the lead magnet, then you're gonna have a much higher conversion rate for that as well, because this is just a much easier process for the viewer. And so if we look at the numbers on this funnel, then if we still have those same 1,000 viewers and 50% of them leave a comment, we now have 500. And then if 50% of those actually give us their contact information and provide the information that we're asking for through the system that we set up, then we now went from 10 people that we got the lead magnet to or had a potential sale with to now 250 people who have gotten our lead magnet, provided us with their contact information, and we can now reach back out to them to sell them our offer later on. So you can see how these numbers play out and how it's very beneficial to create this system in your account. So now let's hop on over into HighLevel and look at how to create this system for your business and your clients' businesses. All right, so now that we're inside of our HighLevel account, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you're inside of your sub account that you want to set these workflows up inside of. And then you want to connect your Facebook and Instagram accounts to this sub account. And the way that you would do that is you would just come down here into settings, click on integrations, and there will be some options to connect Facebook and Instagram. Just click those options, sign into your accounts. And once you do that, then your Facebook and Instagram accounts will be connected to your HighLevel account. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down here into the automation tab, and we're gonna start building out this workflow. And to save time, I've already built out this entire workflow, but I'm still gonna walk you through the entire process of how I built it out, how to set it up for yourself, and everything that I've done for this workflow. So I'm just going to search for this Facebook and Instagram auto comment reply. And this is what the workflow looks like. So I'm going to go through each individual step of this and show you how to build it out for yourself. And so we're going to start out with the workflow trigger. And the workflow trigger that we choose is we've got these Facebook and Instagram workflow triggers. So we've got Facebook comments on a post and Instagram comments on a post. So I've already added both of these as the workflow triggers, just to show you what this looks like. We've got Instagram comments on a post, Instagram comments on a post. You can change this and rename it, but then you just choose page is and select the page. And I've got my Pasco Systems Instagram account connected to this. So I'm going to choose Pasco Systems. And that's why you want to make sure that you link your Facebook and Instagram accounts before creating this workflow so that you can actually select the accounts that you want to work with this. And so the page is Pasco Systems. And then for post type, we can either do publish post or custom. And if we choose published, I'll just show you what this looks like when we actually go to post is. Then we can select all of the different posts that we've got on our Instagram account, and you just select a certain post if you want that to be the only post that works to start this workflow. But if we just delete this and leave this as publish post, then this is going to work with any post that we have on our Instagram account. So you can either add a filter and do post is, and then select the exact post that you want to select for this workflow. And then you can continue on and select contains phrase. And then you can add the phrase that you want to have for this workflow to be triggered. So for this contains phrase, I'm going to select the phrase why they buy. And I've got a why they buy PDF that I linked to in a separate video, but I'll link it again and pretty much create this entire workflow around giving away this why they buy PDF. And it just goes through the top 10 psychological reasons that people buy things. And so I'm going to leave this as the phrase to enter on one of my posts. And when you put why they buy, then it's going to trigger this workflow. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit enter, and that's going to key in that phrase. So now we've connected our Instagram account we've chosen a published post, we've selected the exact post that we want this to work for, and we've chosen the phrase that we want people to comment on that post. And you don't necessarily need to select a post. So if we just deleted this, then if anyone comments why they buy on any one of my Instagram posts, then it's going to trigger this workflow. Or we could also, instead of just doing a published post, we could select custom. And what this is going to allow you to do is you can then select the URL of the post. So if for some reason this isn't working, let's say you've got a reel or even a story that you're running that you want this to be able to work, then you may have to come in here and actually select the URL. And so if we just hop on over into my business Instagram, then I can select this URL of the post. When I select the post, I can copy that. I can go back to this workflow. I can enter that value into this post is box, and then I can view on Instagram just to make sure that it is the correct post and that is the correct post. So I'm gonna hop back into the workflow, and that's how you choose a custom post for the post type. But I don't want this workflow to start from a custom post, so I'm gonna delete that, and I'm just gonna do any published post that I have that someone comments why they buy on the post, then I'm going to trigger this workflow. And there are some comments where if you're having someone comment a word such as guide, then you would just do guide. You can enter multiple words and then you just hit enter in order to have it trigger this workflow. And if you're doing a single word such as guide, then what I would do is I would probably also do some misspellings of the word. So guide and guide and guide. And so when I look at this, I can see that I've got guide and guide and guide and guide. And you can just add as many of these as you want so that if someone misspells it, it still triggers this workflow. But I'm going to get rid of all these because I'm doing why they buy. And I'm just going to leave it as the one, but that's how you go about adding them for any misspelling potentials of the word. And so what we have here is we've got my Instagram post type, any published post where someone comments why they buy, and it's going to trigger this workflow. And you can see that we've got the track first level comments only toggle down here. So if I toggle this on, then it's only going to look at the first level of comments. And if someone responds to a comment and they put why they buy as a reply to a comment, then if I have this on, it's not going to trigger the workflow for them. But I'm going to leave this off so that anywhere that someone comments why they buy on any one of my posts, it's going to trigger this workflow, even if it's a reply to someone else's comment. So I would click save trigger, but I've already got this set up here in the Instagram. Why they buy, Pasco systems, contains phrase, why they buy. And I don't even have published post on here because I'm just doing this as a blanket for my Instagram account and comment why they buy. So that's how the Instagram trigger is set up, and the Facebook trigger, it's the exact same thing. I just connected my Facebook anywhere that it contains why they buy, and if someone comments why they buy on either Facebook or Instagram, any one of my posts, it's going to trigger this workflow. So now the first step that we're going to look at inside of this workflow is just a standard assign to user, and I'm going to assign it to myself. If you haven't created yourself as a user, then you're going to want to go into settings, staff, and then create yourself as a staff member within your company. And then you'll see staff members show up here when you go to select staff members. So I'm assigning this to myself so that I get notified when I get internal notifications. And if you have multiple people on your team and you only want unassigned contacts to be assigned to this person, then you can just toggle this on. But I'm just gonna have every single person who goes through this workflow be assigned to me. So I'm gonna save that action. And then the first thing we're gonna do is respond on comment. And the reason that we have this respond on comment here is because this is what's going to tell them that we just sent them a message, and it adds one more level of engagement to the post. So now they've commented the phrase that we want them to comment. So in this case, they've commented why they buy on any one of my posts. And then I've got this respond on comment, and it's adding another comment to that. And as you know, the more comments and engagement that Instagram or Facebook sees on your posts, the more they're going to promote it. So we want to make sure to have this respond on comment because it just doubles the engagement on that post in terms of comments. And you want to make sure to add multiple responses to this. So to do that, you just click on this add new response and you can type in your responses here. So you could say something like, for sure, I just sent you a DM. And you can see that I've got a bunch of different styles of comments here. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different comments on here. And that's because if you only have one set up, then it's going to reply the same thing to everyone. And it looks a little bit more robotic. And Instagram and Facebook don't like to know that robots are running all of these comments. So all you want to do is create multiple different versions of it, and it's just going to randomly reply with whatever version it chooses to each comment. So it looks more natural. Instagram likes this, the users like this. It's just better to have multiple different responses. And then you can also automatically like the comments. So we're going to save this action. And then what I've got set up here is I'm doing this one workflow for both Facebook and Instagram. You could keep these separate and just do these as separate workflows, in which case you would just have the Instagram trigger here, and then in a separate workflow, you would have this Facebook trigger, but I'm doing these both as a single workflow. And so the next step that I've got is I'm checking to see, did they reply on Facebook or Instagram? And so this is just an if-else conditional logic. So you would just do if-else, type that in, and then select this workflow action. And when I click into here, I'll show you exactly how I have this set up. So here in the action name, I just said, did they reply on Facebook or Instagram? And then I've got my first branch is Instagram. And so the workflow trigger is Instagram comments on post. So to do that, you would just add a branch. So you type in Instagram and then workflow trigger is, and then you select the Instagram comments on post, but I've already got that one created. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this branch. And so we've got the Instagram workflow trigger is Instagram, and then the next branch. So you would just add the branch and then do Facebook workflow trigger is Facebook. And then we've got our none branch, but it's never going to go down this branch because we only have 2 options. So save action. And so we've got our Instagram branch and our Facebook branch. And I'm just going to show you down the Instagram branch how all of this works. And then all you would do is once we've built out this entire workflow, then you would duplicate it and create it for Facebook. So I'll show you how to do that at the end once we've built this out. But for now, I'm just going to show you the Instagram branch of this workflow. And so we're going to set up an Instagram interactive messenger as the next action in this workflow. And to do that, you would just click this plus button, type in Instagram, and do Instagram interactive messenger. And once you do that, it's going to show up with this. And if I just click into here, then you can see that I filled out, hey, contact first name. Thanks for commenting to get the why they buy PDF. Please click yes, I want it below to confirm you still want it. So what we're having them do is reconfirm that they want what we're getting and having them click a button. And you need to do this if you want to actually start sending them DMs. You essentially need to have them confirm that they want to start getting direct messages from you. And so you can't just start out with an Instagram DM right here. You need this Instagram interactive messenger. And then once you put your message that you want it to say, then you scroll down here and we've got these buttons. And I would recommend just setting up one button and making it short, sweet, and to the point, because if you make this a long message, then it's going to run over and it's going to look weird inside of Instagram. So I've just got it saying, yes, I want it. And you could have multiple buttons, but again, I recommend just having one button on here saying something along the lines of, yes, I want it. And then I call it out in here. So I just say, thanks for commenting to get the why they buy PDF. click yes, I want it below. So I just match what I'm saying here in the button, and I'll show you what all of this looks like inside of the actual workflow and inside of Instagram once we get this set up. And then you set the wait time so that if someone doesn't click the button within this duration, then it moves to the default timeout branch here. So you can see that right below here, we've got two different branches. So this is where you set up the wait time. And if no one replies within 120 minutes, then this workflow just ends. You could set up whatever you want down this default timeout branch. You could send them another message. If you've already got them as a contact in your system, then you could reach back out to them. But I've just got it ending right there if they don't respond within 120 minutes. So I'm going to save this action, and then we're going to go down this yes, I want it branch. So this means that they went into their direct messages, they clicked the yes, I want it button within 120 minutes. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to send them an Instagram DM. And to get that workflow action, you just do Instagram DM and select this workflow action. And as we click into here, you can see that I've got my Instagram DM. I just said ask for email so that I can see what's going on inside of the action without having to click into it. And I just put a message of, I'll just need to get your info so we know where to send it. What's your best email address? And I like to keep this conversational, so I'm just making it seem like we messaged them back and I'm just asking for their email address. And so you would save this action, and then what I have here as the next step is just a wait step. So again, to get there, you just type in wait, you do this wait action, and when we click into this wait action, then I do wait for, and instead of just having a time delay, then I scroll down here to contact reply. And so I've got wait for contact reply, reply to, I just select the Instagram DM, ask for email, which is this message right here. And then I put a timeout on there of 20 hours. And the reason that I chose 20 hours is because you have 24 hours to respond to them, where you can send direct messages. As soon as they've clicked in to receive messages from you, then you've got 24 hours to send them messages. But because we have more steps in here, I'm just leaving this as 20 hours. And if someone doesn't reply in 20 hours, they've probably forgotten about it anyways. And then you would save that action. And then I check with if else conditional logic. So again, you would choose an if else statement here. And then I check to see, did the contact reply? And I've got a yes branch and I've got contact replied. And so to get there, I just went to if else. And then for the first branch, I've got yes. And then I've got contact reply, contact replied. And then I select true. So I'm going to cancel out of there and just go to this. So you can see that I've got yes, contact replied is true. And then I've got my no branch. So as we click out of here, I've got my yes branch and I've got my no branch. And we're going to start by going down this no branch. So if they didn't reply within 20 hours, then it would take them down this no branch, and we're going to send them another Instagram DM, and it's going to say, hey, contact first name, are you still interested in getting the Why They Buy PDF? If so, let me know what the best email address to send it to is. And again, we've only got 24 hours from the time they opt in to get the initial message that we can then send them Instagram DMs through this workflow. So that's why I set the 20 hours here, because then it times out and we're still able to send them another Instagram message here, and we can still wait for the contact reply. So after the second message that we send them, where we're asking for their email again, then we put another wait function and we do the same thing, wait for contact reply. And I don't put a timeout on this one because really we're bumping up against the time that we're going to be able to send them another message. So I'm just waiting for the contact reply. And if they never reply, then we're just going to have them wait there forever until they do reply. So there's no wait function on that one. But as soon as they do reply, then we've got this go to function. And to do that, you just set up a go to function, and go to, you click save action. And then as soon as you do save that action, then it's going to ask you where you want to send it. So you do contact, wait for reply, set up the go to function, click save action. And then once it gives you all the options of where you want it to go to, you just put it to this update contact field, which we haven't set up yet. So what you'll actually do is after this wait for contact reply, then you would set up this update contact field. Then you would come back in here and put this go to function and have it linked to this update contact field. And so inside of this update contact field, we've just got the workflow action, and it's called update contact field. And you've got update contact field and action type, you add field, select field, and then do email. And here in the email, you click on this tag here and you do message and message body. So that's how you set that up. I'm going to click cancel because I've already got it set up, but you can see that inside of this update contact field, that's exactly what we have is email and message body. And then you would link that go to function to the update contact field. So essentially what we're doing is we're confirming that they want to opt into this workflow, and then we're asking them for their email. If they don't give us their email within 24 hours, we're sending them another message. If they do give us their email, then we're updating their contact field. And as soon as they reply here, then we're updating their contact field. So this message should have an email inside of it. And so what we're doing is we're checking the email field, and it's just another if else conditional logic. We check the email field. We make sure that email is not empty. So I just typed that out. And then the way that you check that is you just add branch and you do contact details and then email and then select is not. And actually you would here, instead of doing is not, you would do is not empty. So that's how you set up that branch. But again, I've already got that set up. So I'm going to delete that branch. And that's what we have here. Email is not empty. We're going to save that action. And so the reason that we set that up is because if they reply and they say something that doesn't contain an email, then we're checking and we're making sure that they gave us a valid email address. And so if it is empty, then we're going to send them another message through Instagram and we're going to say, I didn't catch that. Can you please provide only a valid email address where I can send the PDF or whatever you're giving away? But in this case, it's a PDF. So you want to ask them again, please provide a valid email address where I can send this lead magnet to. Then we've got another wait function. So wait for contact reply or timeout of 1 hour. And we've already set this up. So you know how to set up for wait for contact reply. Click the timeout, set it to 1 hour or however long you want to wait, and then click save action. But I'm going to click out of here. And then we're going to update the contact field. So again, we're just updating the contact field with that email from the message body. We already set this up. You know how to set that up. So click cancel, and then we're doing another check, the exact same check that we have up here. And we're just doing, is the email empty or not? And if it is still empty, then we're sending an internal notification to the assigned user saying help contact in Facebook comments, or I guess in this case, it would be Instagram comments. And so it's just sending an internal notification saying help this person in the Instagram comments. So contact name is not providing a valid email address. Please click this notification to see the conversation to assist in getting them the why they buy PDF. So if it's just a flaw in the workflow, then this just sends an internal notification to someone on your team saying, go check the conversation, see what's going on, or it gets them involved in the conversation so that an actual person can continue to handle the conversation. And then I have my redirect page set to conversation and user assigned to contact. So I'm going to save that. And then we're sending an Instagram DM saying, unfortunately, we still weren't able to collect a valid email from your message. We'll have a team member reach out to you shortly to assist in getting you the PDF. So that's the Instagram DM that we're sending them. And we've got someone on the team that's now going to handle this. So save that action. But if they have provided a valid email from this email that we're asking them for, then it's going to go down the email is not empty branch. And we just put a go to function and link that up here to this same branch that we've got email is not empty. We put a little wait function here of just 0.1 minutes, and you don't necessarily have to do that, but it gives it more of a natural flow, and it just waits a little bit of time and gives it that human element. At this point, they'll probably know they're talking to a robot, but it gives it a little more of a human feel, and so you don't necessarily need that wait function, but I like to put it in there. And then we've got Instagram, ask for phone number. So we've checked to make sure that the email field isn't empty. So we've collected the email address, and now we're sending them another DM saying, great, what's your best phone number? Please include your area code. Do not include the country code. And I give them this example of 123-555-6789. just as the format that I'm looking for them to provide their phone number in. So if they don't provide it in this format and they put +1 and then their phone number, then it's not going to update their contact information correctly. And so I'll show you what we're going to do with that. But I just put all that information in there so that hopefully they give us the correct phone number in the correct format the first time. And then we set up another wait for contact reply on this message. And I don't have a timeout on this one because I'm just waiting for their reply. And then you select the Instagram DM, ask for phone number, and then we're going to update their contact field with that phone number with the message body. And because we've got this wait function and it's waiting for a reply from this message, then this message body that we have here is the updated message body from this Instagram DM reply. It's not the same message body as before from the email reply. So this is a new message body, even though you get to this the exact same way and you just do message body, it's going to update with the new message in there. And we are updating the phone in this case as opposed to the email because we just asked for their phone number. So we're going to save this action and we've got this contact field is now updated, but it's not yet in the format that we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this format phone number action. So you just do format and we have this number formatter and then action type is format phone number. And so I'm going to cancel and just show you we've got this exact format phone number. And then once you select that format phone number, it's going to give you these drop downs. And then you want to make sure to do phone raw format and then to format, you're going to do international no hyphens. So it's going to save it like this. And then we've got phone number, country code, and you select United States. So you may run into issues if you're getting a lot of international phone numbers with formatting them. And we've got some fail safes in place throughout this. It just won't update the phone number, but I'll show you how we overcome that a little bit later on. But if you're getting people responding from the United States, then it's going to change it from that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 number into just this format phone number. It's going to put the country code in there, the +1, and then format it so that it's in the format that we actually want to save it to their contact field in. And then we're going to update their contact field again with the phone number of the number formatter 1 results. And so to get that, you just come in here, you do update contact field, and then update add field. Field is, you do phone number, so phone, and then click the tag, scroll down to this number formatter, and then you've got this number 3 phone number, and then you click result. And we're going to save that action. And then I've got this update contact field. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one and delete. So now I've got this update contact field with that newly formatted phone number. And as we continue to go down here, then we put another if else conditional logic, and we're just checking to see, is that a valid phone number that they provided? So check for phone number, phone is not empty. We just select phone and is not empty, and then save that action. And we've got as the none branch, we do phone is empty. So save that action. And then if we go down this phone is empty, so they didn't provide a valid phone number or it's not in the correct format, then we're going to send them another Instagram DM saying, it looks like we still didn't catch your phone number. Please provide just your phone number with area code. And we're going to save that action. And then we're going to wait for contact reply. And we're going to select the Instagram DM from this previous message. And then we're going to update the contact field and update it with phone message body and format phone number again. And so we've got format phone number, phone raw, international, and then United States. And I've got hyphens in here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back up here and I'm just going to put the ones with hyphens in this one. It doesn't really matter, but international and I've just got this, and I'm just going to select international here and save that action. And so then we keep scrolling down, and we've got update contact field. We reformatted the number, and then update contact field with that updated format results. And again, I've got the one results because I just copied this. So I'm just going to do update phone number. So from this number formatter, and then I've got number 4 results, and I'm going to save that action. And so just be careful as you're copying these, because what I did is as I was creating this, I just copied all actions from here. So when I got to this point, I just did this, copy all actions from here, and then pasted it down here. So be careful when you do that, because it will have the results from the previous time that you asked. So just make sure to go in the format phone number, update contact field, and select the correct one. And then we're doing one last check for phone number, if else conditional logic. Is the phone empty still or not? And if it is empty, then we're sending them an Instagram DM that just says, okay, thanks for that. We're not going to keep asking them for their phone number again and again and hoping that they format it correctly. We're just going to say, okay, thanks for that. We're going to manually go in. So we're going to send an internal notification to the assigned user, and we're going to say that this person has provided us with their phone number, but it appears to be in the wrong format. Please go in and manually enter their phone number, check the conversation. We're going to reroute this to conversation and user assigned to contact, and we're going to save that action. So now when we click on that notification, it's going to bring us to that conversation, and then we can manually update the contact information with the phone number. And this is going to work if they're just providing it in the wrong format, then we're going to manually enter it. Or if it's someone outside of the US, then it's not going to recognize that number. So we're going to send them this notification that just says, thanks for providing that. And then we're manually going to go in and fix it. And then we're going to add this go to function, and we're going to send it all the way up here. So if the phone is not empty, again, we've got a wait 6 seconds step right here. And then we've got an Instagram DM right here that we're going to set up. And it's going to say, thanks for providing all your contact information. I just sent you an email with the Why They Buy PDF attached. Let me know if you didn't receive it or if you have any questions. So once we set up this Instagram message that says, hey, we just sent you an email, then we're going to go back down here. We're going to set up this go to function and send it up to that Instagram DM. And then we're also going to set up this phone is not empty branch, and this collected the information, but we're pretty much sending them the same message, just great, thanks for that. And then we're going to go to this same spot. So either way, whether or not we collected the correct phone number at this point, they've provided us with the phone number, and it's either worked or it hasn't worked and needs manual entry. But either way, we're just saying, all right, great, thanks. And then we're sending them to this message saying, hey, we just sent you an email. And then the last step here is we actually send them the email with the lead magnet in there. So I've got this email from username, from user email. The subject is, here's your Why They Buy PDF. And then I just put in the message body, hey, contact first name, here's your Why They Buy PDF, see attached. Thanks. This will say Bryce. And then I've attached the Why They Buy PDF to this by just clicking add attachment, selecting the attachment. And then if you want to, you could test the email just to make sure everything's sending exactly how you want it to. But I'm going to save that action. And that is how you set up this entire workflow for Instagram. And we're initially getting them to opt in. We're asking them for their email address. We're checking to see if they sent us a valid email address. If they didn't, then we ask again. If they did, then we go down this branch. And if the email branch is still empty at this point, then we send them another message, ask again, do one more check, and either get someone involved or continue down the workflow. And then we ask them for their phone number, and we do a quick check to see is the phone number that they provided good or not. If it is empty, then we ask them again, and we just continue to go down that branch. And then after the second time that we ask them, then we just say, okay, great, thanks. And then we go to this message that says, hey, we just sent you the lead magnet that we told you we would give you. And then we send them the email. And so that's how you set this up for Instagram. If you wanted to set this up for Facebook as well, all you would do is you would come up here to where it says Instagram Interactive Messenger, and you would copy all actions from here, and you would copy it to this Facebook branch, but I'm going to copy it to this none branch just so that you can see what this looks like. So copy here, and it's going to copy everything over. And then all you would have to do is anytime there's an Instagram message, you would come in here and you would switch this from an Instagram message to a Facebook message. So I would just copy the message that's inside of here and save, and then I'm going to add a new Facebook interactive messenger, and I'm going to paste exactly what message I had in there, and then I'm going to save that. And so now I've got this Facebook interactive messenger, and I'm going to delete this one, but I forgot to put a button in there. So I would scroll down here and I would do add new button, and then yes, I want it, and then add new button is good. And then I'm going to do the wait step of 120 minutes, save that action, select conditions. So for this, I'm going to do perform actions as opposed to open website or call number. So perform actions and then save action. And then this is going to bring this up, and now it kicked everything over to the default timeout branch. And so what I want to do is I just want to select this, click move all actions, and I want to move it to the yes, I want it branch. And so now I want to get rid of this Instagram interactive messenger, but you don't just want to click these three dots and click delete, because it'll delete everything down that branch. So instead, what you want to do is you want to select these three dots that are on the Instagram ask for email, and click that, and then do move all actions from here, and you want to move that to above the Instagram interactive messenger. And then we're just going to scroll down here, and we're going to find that Instagram interactive messenger, and we're going to delete that now. So delete action and yes. And so now everything's set up how we want it, but you can see that we've got these go-to functions that are going to the incorrect locations. So we're going to have to go through and fix those. So we'll do that here in just a second, but really quickly, we're going to come in and fix all of these Instagram DMs as well. So instead of having an Instagram DM here, we're going to have a Facebook Messenger. So you just type in Messenger, and then you would just come in here, select this text and copy it. And then you're going to put a Facebook Messenger action instead of the Instagram DM. So Facebook Messenger, and then we're going to paste that and then save action, and then we delete this one. So delete and delete action and delete. And so now we've got this messenger instead of Instagram. So you would just go through and do that for every single one of these Instagram DMs. You just change it to a messenger and then make it fit exactly what we had on the Instagram branch, but with a messenger action instead of an Instagram DM action. And then for the go-to functions, we're going to go through and you just click this disconnect go-to and remove path, and then it's going to ask where you want to send it. And so we just come over here and we see that this first go-to function is going to the update contact field down the yes branch. So we would do that for this same one. So update contact field, and you just go and do that for every single one of these go-to functions. You click the disconnect, you go and find where it's headed on this branch, and this one's up at Instagram DM. And so then you would come up here and do Instagram DM, and you would want to go and fix all of these so that instead of Instagram DMs, you have them as Facebook Messenger messages first, so that then you can link the go-to functions there, and then you send them to that Facebook Messenger message as opposed to the Instagram DM. So that's how you go about setting this up. You want to go through and fix all of the go-to functions, all of the Instagram DMs, change all of those to Facebook Messenger messages, and then you are good to go. And you're going to do all of that down this Facebook branch instead of this none branch. So I'm going to go ahead and delete action, and I'm just going to have the none branch as blank. And again, you can have these as separate workflows. You don't necessarily need it as the exact same workflow, but I like having it as the same workflow because all you have to do is put a little bit of conditional logic here, set it up once, and it's easier instead of having to bounce back and forth and change things in multiple workflows. Everything's here in one workflow, and I think it's easier to work with. And then the last thing that we want to do here is you just want to go into your settings and you want to make sure that this allow reentry is set up up how you want it. So if you have it turned on, then anytime someone enters this phrase that you have to trigger the workflow, so in this case, why they buy, on any of my Instagram posts, then it's going to trigger this workflow and they can go through it as many times as they want. If there's a potential problem with people spamming your accounts, then I would go ahead and turn this off so that they can only enter this workflow once and get the lead magnet the one time. And then if they keep entering whatever phrase you've chosen, then it's not going to send them back through this workflow. So it is a good idea to turn this off in case there is the potential for spam. But if you are setting this workflow up for a new phrase and you're using the same workflow for some reason and you just keep adding phrases to the same workflow, then you're going to want to turn this on. But what I would recommend is setting up a different workflow for each phrase that you add, but make sure that you've got this set up so that it fits your business. And I'm going to leave it on for now and click save. And then I'm going to go back to workflows and we're going to actually test this out and see how it works in action. So I've headed on over to my Instagram account and I'm just going to pull up one of my posts, and it can be any post because this is going to work on any post. So I'm just going to select one and I'm going to leave a comment that says why they buy. And you can see that I've already tested this out on this post, but it's going to work again because I've got allow reentry turned on. So I'm going to leave the comment why they buy, and you're going to see this workflow in action, and give it just a second. And here in the comments, you can see that I've now got this message from Pasco Systems. And if we go back into the comments, you can see that there was a reply. So it's going to say, for sure, I'll send you a DM. And if we check this other reply from the last time I tried it, it says, for sure, check your DMs. So you can see that it's sending different messages every time. And these ones were pretty similar, but they still are different. And the other options that we have set up were very different. So I'm going to go back into my account and I'm going to check my messages from Pasco Systems. And you can see here that it says, hey Bryce, thanks for commenting to get the why they buy PDF. Please click yes, I want it below to confirm you still want it. Then I'm just going to click that yes, I want it button. And we've got these messages that continue to pop up. And then give it just a second and it's going to send an automatic message saying, hey, what's the best email address to reach you at? So it says, I just need to get your info so we know where to send it. What's your best email address? And if I can say, I don't know what my best email is. And so I didn't put an email anywhere in there. So it's going to check to see, was that a valid email address? And it's going to say, I didn't catch that. Can you please provide only a valid email address where I can send the PDF? And one of the cool things about this is it doesn't need just the email address, but if you put any email address in the message that you reply with, it's going to notice that it's the email address and it's going to pull it from that message. So I'm going to say, sure, my best email is brynew11@gmail.com, and I'm going to send that. So even if I don't just send the email address, this still works if I just sent the email address, but even if it's embedded within a message, it's going to recognize that it's a valid email address, pull just that email address, and move on throughout the workflow. So it's going to say, great, what's your best phone number? Please include your area code. Do not include the country code. Example is this. So I'm going to go ahead and do 52. So that's not a real phone number. At least it's not my phone number, but I'm going to send that phone number and I'm going to show you that it's going to move on throughout the workflow. And I could have done the same thing with the phone number. I could have said my best phone number is this phone number, and it still would have pulled just the phone number and recognized that it was a valid phone number. It does its check to see is the field empty or not, and then it's going to wait just a couple of seconds, and then it's going to continue down the workflow, and it's going to say, great, just sent you an email with the why they buy PDF attached to it. So we just got it. It says, thanks for providing all your contact information. I just sent you an email with the why they buy PDF attached. Let me know if you didn't receive it or if you have any questions. So the workflow worked flawlessly. So then if we exit out of Instagram and go into my emails, then you can see that I've got this email from Bryce Newman that says, hey Bryce, here's the Why They Buy PDF, see attached, thanks, Bryce Newman. And if I click on that, then I can download the PDF that gives the top 10 psychological reasons for why people buy things. So the workflow worked, it sent the email, it sent the attachment, and everything worked through Instagram without the user having to go to some external site and click on the link in bio and then fill out a form and do all of that. This was all done through a chat conversation inside of Instagram. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that workflow as active. So if you want that Why They Buy PDF, then just go to my Instagram account at Pasco Systems and comment why they buy on any one of my Instagram posts, and you'll be able to get that workflow. You'll just go through this workflow. You can see it in action, and then I'll send you that Why They Buy PDF. And I also told you that I would give you that workflow for free. So if you've made it all the way to the end of the video and you're still watching, then go to my Instagram account and comment chat funnel. When you leave that comment, you'll be brought through this exact same workflow, but I'll send you a snapshot that includes this workflow so that you don't have to spend all of the time building it out for yourself. You can just download it directly into your HighLevel account and start using it inside of your business. So if you liked this video on how to automatically DM someone who comments on your Instagram or Facebook posts, and you want to learn more about all the features HighLevel has to offer, then check out this video that'll pop up right here in just a second. And if you haven't already signed up for a HighLevel account, then make sure to use my affiliate link below this video to get a 30-day free trial of the software instead of the standard 14-day free trial. If you do already have a HighLevel account, but you want to upgrade to a higher plan and still get all of the resources that I offer, those upgrade links can also be found below this video. Whether you're just signing up or if you're upgrading your account, you'll receive a 30-day free trial of the software, a SaaS agency snapshot with a fully functioning website, funnels, marketing materials, automations, and more already built for you. You'll get direct access to me 24/7 to help you master this software as quickly as possible and start landing clients of your own. And you'll get weekly coaching calls with me and my other affiliates. So get signed up and then check out this video. I'll see you in there.